Hi everyone, hope you're well. Today is Thursday the 10th of October 2013 and I've been a little bit more productive today. First thing is last night after this vlog, I was up quite late because I got into looking at micro games again, which is an area of tabletop games that I'm really interested in. Basically what it sounds like, which is games that are very, very small, usually in number of components. Like it might be a game where there's just like 2 dice or something. There's one game in particular that lots of people like, which is called Love Letter, which is a card game, but there's only 16 cards in the entire game and you don't even use them all. So stuff like that is really interesting to look at, because they're very, very simple, but some of them are still really good games despite the deceptive simplicity of them. So they tend to be like really good at kind of studying certain game mechanics because it's really boiled down to its simplest form, and they're still fun. So they kind of really tune it just right. Anyway, so I was looking at that, and then it got me onto the subject of there's paper RPGs. There's also this movement called nano games this year, which is even smaller, even simpler, which is interesting. I'm not sure if there's much of a distinction really. I mean, it's all generalised phrases. There's no sort of like legal binding anyway. It's all kind of matter of opinion, what you think goes where. But anyway, I got onto this subject of people talking about one-page RPGs, which I found really interesting, with pen and paper RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, but where the rules have basically been boiled down to one page, or more broadly, the rules can be summarised. On some cases, it's more like the rules can be summarised on one page, so that you don't have to flick through rule book, but they're still simple enough for that to be possible. So usually the complete rules are like just like a dozen pages or something that you have to read. So it's not like a lot of big RPGs where you have to read an entire book before you can really play it. So that I found really interesting as well. And I keep on wanting. I talked before about thinking of doing like a pen and paper RPG with a certain game, and that didn't necessarily get cancelled. That's just I just got distracted from working on it by like working on other projects. But it's still something I'm considering doing. In fact, I even went and set up the first kind of session on Roll20.net, and got some pictures and stuff for it and all sorts to try it out. But never got around to actually playing it with my friends. So, but yeah, these one-page RPGs I find really interesting because they're even simpler, and the one I picked is pretty simple. But yeah, these ones are even simpler, and one thing that occurred to me, especially as I've been dabbling with different types of game design already, is I was thinking, well, these one-page RPGs are the kind of thing that I could probably achieve. But I don't want to add yet another project to my list of things I want to make, but it is something that I would consider writing at some point, but after the dice game has to come first, which is why I was looking at micro games generally, is because the dice game I want to make as simple as possible, and so these very, very simple micro games I find very interesting in terms of their design and how much they can achieve with just a few small game mechanics. So that's quite a long bit. That's going to be most of the vlog, I guess. So I didn't do much this morning. I played a couple of games, and then I've just been working on my video format stuff as well this afternoon. I was looking at quite a lot of stuff about if there's a best time of day to upload videos, and there's a lot of talk about the best day to upload videos, which is easy to track. If you look at your like weekly statistics and stuff, you can see which day's most active for your audience. You can kind of guess which days of the week are best for your audience depending on what your content is. But actual time of the day, there doesn't seem to be a lot of solid facts about it. And so generally I think it doesn't really matter too much, because people will hopefully see your videos. I mean, sub box rants aside, people will hopefully see your videos at some point, regardless of what time of the day you put them up. But I think I'm going to go with like 5 to 7 p.m. my time still, because it's a reasonable time for England, and it's early morning for the whole of America, so it'll be up that day in America, and then rest of Europe it'll be like kind of slightly later in the evening the further you go east. And then the time zone which are kind of being neglected are like Australia and Asia. So sorry about that, but maybe if I did some more Japanese stuff and I had a larger Japanese audience, I might have to reconsider that and not upload videos in the middle of the night for them. But generally I'm going to go to 5 till 7 at the moment. But yeah, I really want to get my video format finished, because it's got to the breaking point now where it's like, I've had enough of this now. I'm just really eager to actually use it and get it to a usable state. So that's what I'm doing tonight. So I hope you're well. Video's run over a bit. I didn't expect to talk that much about micro games. But check out the card game Love Letter if you've never heard of it, because I think it is a really interesting game. And I will see you tomorrow.